win of the season. After the break, more pregame, including interviews with both head coaches and the starting lineups. That's next as the pregame show, sponsored by High Plains Spas and Recreation, continues after this on 93.3 KMOR, KMORFM.com, and on KNEB.TV.
Box Butte General Hospital continues our mission to lead and innovate in healthcare delivery and community wellness. But this isn't just a hospital. This is home to exceptional patient care. This is the greatest place to work, receive care, and practice medicine. This is innovation in action. This is community wellness. This is where specialty clinics fit your needs. This is where a friendly smile, a warm hand, and an empathetic ear exist to care for you. We are Box Butte General Hospital. This is us. Great things are happening here since 1976.
Home buying is filled with decisions. Neighborhood, floor plan, fenced yard. Make one choice that's easy. Start with FNBO first. We'll guide you home. Home buying is filled with decisions. Square feet, fixer-upper, room to grow. Make one choice that's easy. Start with FNBO first. We'll guide you home.
Welcome to Kelly's, home of the Valley's best selection of wine, spirits, and beer. Whether you're brand loyal to the tried and true brew or really enjoy trying something different and new, Kelly's has something for everyone. Family owned and operated.
He's been making that play for us, so it's been a good thing right now. We just got to continue to get better week in and week out.
To get a Class B team on your home field, it's got to be fun. Gering comes in 0-7. I feel Coach O'Boyle, when you listen to him on post-game or pre-game interviews, this guy knows his stuff. He was a successful player at Gering.
They play a tough schedule, so it's you can't reflect on their record. He's doing a great job with them right now, though, and they're going to be a true test for us.
Wrapping up with Nick Cookshausen, head football coach for the 6-1 Mitchell Tigers, hosting Gering tonight. Coach, we'll get you out of here with a quick key to the game, brought to you by Team Auto Center, home of the lifetime warranty, and you get that with every new vehicle purchase at Team Auto. So we've covered a bunch of stuff here, but for this matchup specifically, what's one or two things that stands out to you that you guys have to do well to make sure you take care of business at home?
Our first thing, we got to play better defensively this week. Last week we had some letdowns that we have to fix this week and get better. And we have to build on our run game last week. Our run game was very successful. We know Gering's going to come in with a good game plan. We got to control the line of scrimmage. Turnovers and special teams, as always, are going to play a key in this. But we just got to play a complete game across the board. We know that they're very capable. They've had some very tight games against some good teams that they're capable of beating anyone at any time, so we have to be ready to go tonight.
Coach, appreciate the time as always. You guys have had a great season to this point. Best of luck tonight, and I'm sure we'll talk to you down the road in a couple of weeks.
All right, thanks, Chris.
We'll come back with more and get with head coach Danny O'Boyle. Coach's comments with Gering on the way right after this on the Rural Radio Network. Welcome back.
Plant seeds of safety around irrigation equipment. Here are some potential hazards. Avoid moving irrigation equipment on windy days. Never try to remove an irrigation pipe that is contacting a power line. Keep spray from irrigation systems away from power lines. Make sure wiring is always grounded properly. Stay away from irrigation systems during lightning activity. We should always promote safety in all fields of endeavor. This message is brought to you by Chimney Rock Public Power, your touchstone energy partner, the power of human connections.
At 21st Century Equipment, we're proud to introduce the new Build Your Own tool. Build the John Deere you've been wanting and see how affordable it really is. Visit 21stcenturyequipment.net to build your own compact utility tractor, mower, or gator. It's easy to add implements, attachments, and view financing options. Build the exact tractor for your needs at a price you can afford, all from the comfort and safety of home, with the new Build Your Own tool at 21stcenturyequipment.net.
Hydrozen. Unplug and recharge. What is Hydrozen? It's total body relaxation. It's total body recharge. It's floating weightless on water. Floating your aches, pains, stresses, and worries away. Hydrozen is a revolutionary new therapy using Epsom salt saturated water as a way to relax and rejuvenate your body. And it's now available in Scottsbluff. It is for most ages and has many benefits to the mind and body. Visit hydrozenfloat.com or call us at 308-63.
They've been working really hard, and so that's been exciting to see. So I think overall, yes, I would consider a success. As far as wins and losses go, obviously not, but when we look at a lot of those finer details, we have done a lot of good things right this year, and so we do have a lot of bright spots heading into the future.
You kind of led me into my next question. I was going to ask you about the culture you're trying to establish here. Is it taking hold at this point, or is there still work to do?
There's definitely still work to do, and I think there'll be work to do for a very long time. Coach Freeberg and I were talking in the office this week, and they're expected to be, good people outside of the school as well. That's something that's it's definitely going to continue to take time, but it's something that I think our younger guys especially are buying into.
So these final 2 weeks of the season, how do you approach these final 2 weeks?
Well, we got to get our younger guys ready for the future, and we're at the same time we're trying to send the older guys out on the right note. So we're approaching it, just as we would any other week. We have a game to play, and it's the most important game of the year because it's the game that we get to play this week. So we're taking it one day at a time and one game at a time.
So many challenges with this season beyond COVID and injuries and different things like that. How have you been able to keep the energy up in practice to this point?
Well, it's been tough, especially with first it was COVID, and then it was, we had two big injuries with Brady and Nate Rochlow, and, just trying to preach the next man up mentality. And, guys are going to get opportunities, and, we got to be able to count on guys for different roles, and they got to be able to count on each other. And so, we've told them multiple times, this is not a team of the past. If you're gonna pack it in, then we don't want you to show up to practice. And the guys have seemed to respond to that each time we've had to say that. So, that's been a big part of it, because then that kind of gets a fire under them a little bit, and they know that they need to be doing better than what they are. It has been tough at times, and we've had to take some different approaches, but for the most part, it's been okay.
So they've kind of been adapting to this as they've gone along.
Yes, definitely. I would definitely agree with that.
We'll have more with Jeff and Coach O'Boyle right after this. We're back in our pregame.
chair is way too big. It's perfect for us. This one's tiny. That's 'cause it's mine. Hey, this chair is just right. This bed is way too hard. It's perfect for me. This bed is way too soft. Just what I needed. This bed is just right. So come on over to Leeds Heads.
New season and new fashion is in at Compliments for you and your home. Check out what's new from Tribal and Charlie B. From light layers for warm days and cool nights to reversibles that are a must-have for the season. Compliments has the style for you. With great looks come great deals. Compliments always has weekly deals to bring more style into your life. Get ahead of the trends and get the new shapes, shades, and colors this season at Compliments for you and your home. 1708 Broadway, downtown Scottsbluff.
Back with more on our pregame show, wrapping up pregame coaches' comments right now with Jeff Kelly and Gering head coach Danny O'Boyle. Coaches' comments brought to you by The Zone at Scottsbluff Screen Printing.
So I guess some good news for this week. Brady's going to be back. Tell us a little bit about where he's going to fit in, what his role will be.
Well, ideally, he's going to be taking snaps at tailback tonight. With the shoulder injury to his throwing arm, he's braced up, and he had a good week of practice all week. He gives us a much better change of pace in the backfield, and he can kind of hit the holes a little bit quicker than Eli, and so both guys are going to get carries, but Brady allows us to be a little bit more explosive on the ground, and that's been nice to see in practice. It gives us another option in the passing game, leaking out of the backfield, whereas Eli's more of a bigger body guy that helps us with protection. Ideally, he'll take snaps at tailback. We'll probably hold him out of defense, just because we don't want to take in any additional hits to his shoulder. But that's what you can expect to see tonight.
So tonight's opponent, I should say, Mitchell, seems everything goes through number 2.
Yeah, definitely. That's exactly what we've seen on film. We've watched a ton of film on him. He's a very good back. He's a downhill runner, and he's got excellent speed. And he's not a guy that's, he's not a straight line guy. If he sees a hole, he sees a cutback lane, he's going to take it, and you got to be ready, and you got to be accountable in every aspect. So if you're a backside guy, you got to stay home, and play side, that's kind of who we're keying on tonight.
On that aspect, as far as he goes, he kind of relies a lot on his offensive line, and from looking at them, they're pretty big.
Yeah, they are very big. This is probably the biggest team that we have faced all year and will face all year. They have great size. It seems like every year they got kids that are just massive. I wish we could get a couple of those kids to come to Gering, but they do have good size, and they pull a lot. They pull backside, and they get there with a sense of urgency. They're not just running in space. They know who they're supposed to get, and they go after them, and that's a big part of why they're successful on the ground, because their O-line is big, but they go forward. They're not very passive. They like to get after you early, and they try to do that, and they try to set the tone early on, and that really helps them.
On the defensive side, some of the earlier teams they played, probably not some of the best teams in Class C1. They were able to hold them down, but they did lose to Gothenburg, and really Ogallala was able to put probably the most points on them this season. What do you see on defense?
They're big up front. Their D-line is big. Obviously, Aguayo's a good backer. His speed anywhere on the field helps them out. But we feel like we'll be able to take advantage of some things as long as we're accurate with the football. We still have to be able to run the football, and that's going to be our main priority. And because if we can't get anything going on the ground, we're not a very good offense when we're forced to throw the ball, more than 20 times a game. And that's just the type of team we are. So defensively, they are big. They will rally to the football, and it seems like a lot of times they make things happen, whether it's a stop or they can force turnovers. They're very dangerous on punt return because of the athletes that they have.
It was returned out to the 30-yard line, and that's where Mitchell will start as they move from left to right. They won the toss, and they decided to take the opening kickoff on the 1st and 10 play. Thine throws over the middle to Aguayo. Aguayo at midfield, 40 down the near sideline, 30, 20, 10, 5, touchdown Mitchell.
Wow, early we already saw the explosiveness of Aguayo. Nice, it was a slant route right in the middle and right over the top of the linebackers for pay dirt.
70 yards in the touchdown, one play in here from Mitchell, and the Tigers on top, 6-0 here with 11:41 left in the first quarter.
They sure weren't kidding about how explosive Aguayo is. Great pass, great catch, and a great run after. Nobody's catching him.
And Austin Thine on to attempt the point after. And the snap is down, and the kick is up and good. 11:41 left first quarter. It's Mitchell 7, Gering 6 on the West Coast scoreboard.
Hey, I've been hanging out here a long time outside of Panhandle Auto Group, and boy, do they have a great selection of vehicles.
And their sales team is great to work with, and you can also get your vehicle serviced and detailed too.
Welcome to Panhandle Auto. This is Sam Serta, General Sales Manager. It has been our pleasure to serve you for the past 2 years. At Panhandle Auto, we have a seat for everybody. Whether you need a vehicle for yourself, a son or daughter, our team will go above and beyond to satisfy your needs and even your dreams. So again, thank you from Sam Serta, General Sales Manager at Panhandle Auto, for allowing us to earn your business. At Panhandle Auto,
it's time for something different.
Start after Mitchell scored on their first play from the offensive side, so they start at the 32-yard line as Gering moving from right to left. 1st and 10, Hunter Hayden, the quarterback, the I formation behind him, one wide receiver split to each side. Handoff first man through, that's Oswicious. And he gets it up to close to the 35-yard line as he's wrapped up right there by Nathan Coley.
Yeah, Jacob Oswicious moving right up the middle there. We're going to see a lot of that tonight, trying to keep that big front seven from Mitchell off balance.
Pickup of 3, 2nd down and 7. Shotgun, backs on either side of Hunter Hayden. Waits the snap, Radzimski in the backfield, and Radzimski wrapped up and brought down for a loss. Brock Knutson for the Mitchell Tigers.
Great play by Knutson there, beat his man off the front on the line immediately, and broke down and made a great form tackle.
Brock Knutson, 6'7", 240 pounds, and a sophomore, and a loss of 4 on that play. 2nd down and 11 for Gering. Isaacs and Timlin. Or check that 3rd down. Isaacs and Timlin split out wide to the left side. Hayden, the snap back, fires to the far sideline, and that pass falls incomplete.
44, Turner Ray is incomplete.
And it'll fall incomplete, and Gering will punt the ball away as Mason Goodrow comes in to punt it away.
Tough offensive series there for the Bulldogs, especially after a one-play drive like they saw. Now let's see if that defense can settle down and have a good series.
Mason Goodrow, the freshman, awaits the snap. High snap, takes it, and a nice kick. And Thine back there to receive that, takes a nice Gering bounce. It'll go inside the 20. All the way down inside the 15 to the 13-yard line.
What a punt. we've come a mile from the first game where we were really having some punting woes there. What a weapon that is to flip the field and with such an explosive offense as Mitchell.
And after scoring on their first play from scrimmage, after they took the opening kickoff, they will start deep in their own territory at the 13-yard line, 1st and 10. Austin Thine, the quarterback, Rylan Aguayo, the running back, Jackson Allen, the wing, your wide receivers, Jaron Anderson and Jaden Schumacher, and your tight end is Garrett Hessler. 1st and 10 for Mitchell. Thine gets the shotgun snap, gives it off to Aguayo, trying to cut it outside, and he'll be wrapped up and brought down after a short gain. Turner Ray in there on the tackle for the Gering Bulldogs, along with Jackson Schlotthauer, as he gets it across the pickup of 2 to the 15-yard line, 2nd down and 8.
Turner Ray really made a great tackle there as Aguayo made a quick shift right at the end of his run there that almost got away from him.
Mitchell in the home black jerseys, black pants, white letters and numbers trimmed in orange. Gering in the road white jerseys, white pants. There's the shotgun snap on 2nd down, goes to Aguayo around the left side, finds some running when he'll be pushed out of bounds as he gets it across the 30-yard line. Brady Radzimski in on the tackle for Gering, and talking to head coach Danny O'Boyle this week, he said he wouldn't see Brady on the defensive side, but we've got a flag down. And a face mask. And so a mark off to the 35-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for Mitchell. 9:26 left first quarter. 7-0. Tigers lead it. On the wing is Jackson Allen. Now he goes in motion. They'll give it off to Aguayo up the middle. And Aguayo gets it to the 40-yard line, just across the 40-yard line. And Eli Thompson in there on the tackle along with Hayden Bennett.
We're going to see this all night. Same play right up the middle. Aguayo is such a back that the linebackers really have to know where he's at all times.
2nd down, pickup of 6. 2nd down and 4. Mitchell working left to right here in this first quarter. Thine in the shotgun, gets it, underhand toss to Aguayo around the right side, and Aguayo will be stacked up as he gets it to the 44-yard line, as Bennett there on the tackle. Getting up last off that pile is Jacob Oswicious. And the gain to the 44-yard line. That'll put Mitchell in a 3rd down and 1.
You know, Thompson came up from his linebacker spot and held the edge there to keep Aguayo inside. Was really a key to that play, not stopping that play before a long gain.
Big 3rd down and 1 here. 8:11 left first quarter. There's a handoff to Aguayo. He'll pick up the 1st down. Tyler Garrett there to bring him down along with Jackson Schlotthauer. But it'll be enough for 1st down yardage as Mitchell at the Gering 49-yard line. And another 1st down.
Yep, same play right up the middle with Aguayo. Aguayo is very good at picking his hole and really getting a foot in the ground and getting up the hole, and I think we saw that on that last play.
And on that short yardage play, they bring in Victor Palamo as another back in that backfield to block, and he's in there on this play now on 1st down and 10 with 7:39 left in the first quarter. Play action, Thine has it over the left side, finds some running room. And Thine still on his feet at the 30, and he'll run out of bounds. And a big pickup by Thine as he's pushed out of bounds by Lance Isaacs, but the gain all the way down to the Gering 26-yard line.
Little misdirection in the backfield there. Everyone in the stadium thought Aguayo had it, but Thime took it off the left side, and Gering has to wrap up in the backfield. They had hands on him for about a 2-yard loss.
1st and 10 for Mitchell. 7:26 left first quarter, 7-0. Mitchell with the ball. They scored on their first play from scrimmage after they took the opening kickoff. Schumacher splits out wide to the right side. They'll put Allen on the wing. They'll fake it, give it to Allen on the end around the left side. Now he cuts it up and into the teeth of that Gering defense on the counter play as Eli Thompson knocks him down, but the gain across the 25 to the 21-yard line, and a nice pickup of 5, 2nd down and 5.
Mitchell has a ton of weapons to come at you with, misdirection, lining up with a wing back there. So many ways they can beat you.
2nd down and 5. Mitchell at the Gering 21-yard line. Schumacher splits out wide to the left side. Thine in the gun. He's going to take it himself. And a short gain there by Austin Thine, the quarterback. Oswicious wraps him up with some assistance from Tyler Garrett.
Good tough tackle there from Oswicious. Brings up a big 3rd down here and short.
So 3rd down and 1 for the Mitchell Tigers. 6:23 left here in the first quarter. Ball placed down at the Gering 17-yard line. 2nd, 3rd and 1. And we'll see what they do here. Last time they gave it to Aguayo. They bring Placencio in the backfield. Shotgun snap to give it off to Aguayo. Over the right side, breaks one tackle, and then he's wrapped up by Lance Isaacs. As Maddox Janacek was in there, was not able to wrap him up in the backfield. And a 1st and 10 for Mitchell. 5:55 in a fast-moving first quarter. 7-0 Mitchell. The gain to the Gering 12-yard line.
Yep, they had him in the backfield again. Tackling has been an issue early for Gering.
3-man front for Gering. On a 1st down and 10. The snap, Thine looking for running room. And he'll be brought down after a short gain. Trey Zwickel wraps him up. And a nice job by Zwickel to hold him to a gain of 1 yard and a 2nd down and 9.
Mitchell being very methodic with this drive. Look for them to try to open it up a little bit with a pass over the top. They've obviously had some success with that early in this game.
As Aguayo comes back into the Mitchell lineup here on a 2nd down and 9. We go underneath the 5-minute mark here in the first quarter from Mitchell High School tonight on 93.3 KMOR and on KNEB.TV. Schumacher splits out wide left. Thine on the option, pitches it to Aguayo, and Aguayo will be knocked out of bounds as he gets it into the 10-yard line.
Great pursuit by the Gering defense there. Garrett had the pitch man on the outside, and then the cornerback and safety really closed down quick on Aguayo to make a minimal game. And now we finally have a 3rd and medium.
Be a 3rd down and 6. The ball set down at the Gering 8-yard line. Schumacher splits out wide to the right side. Aguayo to the right of Austin Thine. He gets it, the double handoff to Allen. Allen cuts it up and takes it into the end zone for a Mitchell touchdown.
Misdirection. Everybody in the stadium thought Aguayo had it, and Allen walked right into the end zone.
They ran that play numerous times against Ogallala last week. The handoff where they give it to Aguayo. He gives it to Jackson Allen on the wing. And Allen takes it in from 8 yards out. And 13-0 Mitchell with 4:04 left as Thine adds the extra point. 4:04 left in the first quarter. Your score, Mitchell 14, Gering nothing on the West Coast scoreboard.
Fly United Airlines, operated by SkyWest with Western Nebraska Regional Airport. United is dedicated to going the extra mile for you with daily flights to and from Denver, along with a commitment to excellent service. Reserve your flight today, and remember, United miles can be earned and redeemed with your flights. While at the airport, stop and enjoy authentic Italian food at Roma Italian Restaurant. Plus, Hertz Thrifty Car Rental is there for your car rental needs. Make life easier, relax, and get on board with Western Nebraska Regional Airport.
Connectivity is important. Connectivity allows us to stay productive, but that's only one kind of connectivity. There are others, more important ways to stay connected. Connected to the simple things. The ability to spend that most precious of resources, time, with the people who are most important. Take the time. Take the time for dreams. Take the time to care. Take care of the important connections. We'll take care of the connectivity.
And the ensuing kickoff taken by Tyler Garrett. And Garrett gets it to the 31-yard line as Cale Peters back there to make the tackle for the Mitchell Tigers. So Gering will take over with 3:58 left here in the first quarter and down 14-0. And we've got an injured Mitchell player along the far sideline. And we will see who that is. That happening on the far side. Didn't get a chance to let you know that our opening kickoff was brought to you by Papa Murphy's Pizza at 2801 Avenue B in Scottsbluff. It's love at 425 degrees. And don't forget to register for the Papa Murphy's Text Club for a sweet deal. Coming to you tonight from the Logos broadcast booth. Logos is your home for all your screen printing and embroidery needs. Shop the showroom or have something custom made at Logos, 1344 10th Street in Gering. Alongside Adam Ostick, I'm Jeff Kelly, and a quick start by the Mitchell Tigers here tonight.
Absolutely. The Mitchell Tigers are everything as built, how explosive they are, and just the misdirection and how well that offense hums right down the field is really cool to watch.
Mitchell had a little bit of a tussle on their hands last week down in Ogallala. Even though they put 55 points on the board, Ogallala was able to put 39 on the board. But as we said in the pregame, Rylan Aguayo, 296 yards rushing, 414 yards in total offense. He had a 70-yard touchdown run. He had a kickoff return for a touchdown. And a big night for the Mitchell senior back, Rylan Aguayo. And Jeremiah Coley is the injured player for the Mitchell Tigers. He'll get some assistance as he comes off the field, not putting any weight on that left leg. So Gering will have the ball, 1st and 10.
Yeah, this is a big drive for Gering. With an offense as explosive as that Mitchell has on the field, you have to score to keep up with them, and that's something we haven't seen out of Gering yet this year. But with Radzimski back in there, running back, a few new folds in the offense, see if Gering can move the ball down and really stay in this game.
That last drive by Mitchell, 11 plays, 87 yards.
Yeah, it was methodical, and it took up a lot of time. It was this Tiger offense could attack you so many different ways.
Gering will have it as Turner Ray splits out wide to the right side along with Carmelo Timblin. One back in the backfield as Hunter Hayden goes under center. The turn, the toss to Radzimski over the right side. Radzimski finds running room across the 45 and a big run all the way down to the 48-yard line. And after injuring that shoulder in the game against Alliance a couple weeks ago, he sat out the game against Lexington and McCook, but back here tonight and rips off a big run down to the Gering 48-yard line, 1st and 10.
Yeah, that's that speed that we've seen from Radzimski all year. It's cool to see him in the running back position.
He's the lone back there along with Oswicious. As Hayden goes under center, they'll toss it to him this time around the left side. Brady into Mitchell territory. Down to the Mitchell 46-yard line.
Yeah, that play's called quick. It's a quick turnaround, and you flip the ball to him underhand. And I think we're going to see a lot of that, try to stay away from some of that size on the inside that the Tigers have.
3:32 left first quarter, 14-0. Mitchell leads it here. They scored on their first 2 offensive possessions of the game, but Gering with a 2nd down and 4 from the Mitchell 46-yard line, moving right to left. 2 wide receivers to the right. Hayden, handoff. Radzimski sticks his head in there, and he'll get it down to the 45-yard line. Short gain, and the big defensive tackle there for the Mitchell Tigers. Brock Knutson stops him after a 1-yard gain.
Yep, they tried the inside there, ran into some size in the middle. Boy, they're just looking down the line here. They're massive. That's great to see that Mitchell have that size out there, and see if Gering wants to work the edges a little bit on this play.
Timblin and Ray to the right, I formation behind Hunter Hayden. He goes under center. Gets the snap, gives it off to Oswicious right up the middle. Jacob at the 30, 25, and he's thrown down inside the 20-yard line by Austin Thine. But gain down to the Mitchell 18-yard line and a Gering 1st and 10.
What a great play call on 3rd and short with your fullback, something we've had some success with this year, or Gering has had some success with this year. And you got to see some of the speed of Oswicious there on that play.
Second first down of this drive puts it 1st and 10 at the Mitchell 18-yard line. 2:19 left first quarter, 14-0 Mitchell. Gering driving. Couple of big runs by Brady Radzimski and a big run right there by Jacob Oswicious. I formation behind Hunter Hayden. As he goes under center. The turn to give to Oswicious, and Jacob right up the middle. He'll get yardage down to the 15-yard line as Hessler, the linebacker, Luke Hessler, a pickup of 3. It'll be 2nd down and 7 for Gering.
Another tough run up the middle. Gering trying to keep Mitchell honest by having to respect that inside run. But how impressive is Mitchell up front? They're really shutting down those holes.
On a 2nd down and 7 play, Timblin and Ray split out wide to the right side. Hayden awaits the snap. Underhand toss to Radzimski around the right side. Brady cuts it in, and Brady into the end zone. Touchdown, Gering.
What a great run from Radzimski. The speed and the elusiveness on the outside with another quick play to the right into the end zone. Great drive by the Bulldogs.
Radzimski, 15-yard touchdown run. And Gering gets on the board with 1:15 left here in the first quarter from Mitchell High School. Lance Isaacs on to attempt the point after touchdown out of the hold of Caden Bonsack. Snap high, Bonsack pulls it down, and Isaacs is off wide left, and the point after no good. 1:15 left first quarter, 14-6 Mitchell on the West Coast scoreboard.
At Platte Valley Bank, we believe it shouldn't cost you money to access your money. That's why we offer free ATMs anytime, anywhere. Whether you are across town or traveling abroad, there won't be an added expense to access the funds in your Platte Valley Bank account. Free ATMs are just one of the great benefits of banking with us. Stop by to talk to one of our friendly associates to discuss what else Platte Valley Bank has to offer.
As he gets it out to the Mitchell 40-yard line.
Yeah, I think that kickoff was the Aguayo effect there. Anything to avoid kicking it to number 2. They'll give up some yards because just of how explosive Aguayo is, and that just shows how much they respect him.
Good starting field position at the Mitchell 40-yard line. Mitchell moving from left to right. Here's we counted down in the first quarter with 1:08 left. Allen on the wing. Thine, the handoff to Aguayo, picking his way through there, still on his feet. And Aguayo across the 45 to the 46-yard line of Mitchell. Pickup of 6. It'll be a 2nd down and 4. And we were saying in the break, do not kick it to number 2.
He is methodical with how he runs the ball, and he waited for the hole to open and got behind his big O line there to move down the field. He's really an impressive player.
2nd down and 3, 38 seconds left, clock running. This may be the last play of the first quarter. Schumacher splits out wide to the left. They give it off to Aguayo right up the middle, still on his feet, hurdles a tackler and takes it deep into Gering territory across the Gering 40 down to the Gering 37-yard line.
Wow, what a run there.
And we've got a flag on the play. And we will see what the flag's all about. And penalty, a personal foul against Mitchell. So they'll take that one off the board on the run by Rylan Aguayo, but very impressive as he leaped a tackler. A leapt a tackler is the proper English.
The old hurdle play there. Wow, he is electric. He is fun to watch. I hope you folks are watching on KNEB TV, because just watching him run out there, it's like it's like we're watching him on a Saturday.
Ball marked back at the 42-yard line. 2nd down and 9 for Mitchell. And this will most likely be the last play of the first quarter as they give it on the inside handoff to Allen, and Allen wrapped up and knocked down. Trey Zwickel brings him down as a short gain on the play. And that is the final play of the first quarter. At the end of one, it's Mitchell 14, Gering 6 on the West Coast scoreboard.
For the past 44 years, Platte Valley Vacuum and Sewing has been serving the Wyobraska area. That's quite a long time. At Platte Valley Vac and Sew, you'll find quality sewing machines, quilting and embroidery machines, even sergers, from name brands such as Pfaff and Baby Lock, both known for their well-made machinery. Keep in mind you'll receive one-on-one lessons with your machine purchase. Platte Valley Vac and Sew also offers a fine selection of 100% cotton quilting fabrics and a great selection of threads and notions to assist you in most any quilting or embroidery project you might have. For all your sewing machine quilting needs, stop by Platte Valley Vac and Sew, downtown Scottsbluff.
Exceptional care, right here at home. That's the mission of Morrill County Community Hospital. Morrill County Community Hospital is a 20-bed critical access hospital that owns and operates clinics throughout Bridgeport, including specialty outreach clinics and Morrill County Home Health Clinic, as well as Chimney Rock Medical Center, located in Bayard. Our dedicated team is committed to you and our community every time at Morrill County Community Hospital, Bridgeport, Nebraska.
We go to the second quarter. Mitchell leading Gering 14-6. That Gering scoring drive, 5 plays, 70 yards. Brady Radzimski with the 15-yard touchdown run. But Mitchell with a 3rd down and 7 right here. This would be a huge stop for the Gering defense right here. Out of the gun as we switch ends of the field. Play action as Stein rolls to the right, fires, finds Jackson Allen in midfield. Allen down the far sideline. And Jackson Allen pushed out of bounds as he gets it across the Gering 40 down to the 36-yard line of Gering.
Yeah, great play design there by the Tigers. 2 deep outs, and then the Jackson Allen came in behind and trailed under where there's nobody there.
1st and 10 for the Mitchell Tigers. 11:52 left here in the first half. 14-6, Mitchell on top. Schumacher will split wide to the left as Mitchell working from right to left here in this second quarter. They'll put Jackson Allen on the wing left side. Shotgun snap, the give to Aguayo. Aguayo cuts it up in the middle. And Aguayo across the Gering 30 down to the Gering 28-yard line. And a big pickup, we're going to call it 9 yards. Bring up a 2nd down and 1 for the Mitchell Tigers.
Yeah, this is a big series for the Bulldogs. Really have to keep Mitchell off of the scoreboard here if you want to stay in this game.
2nd down and 2. As Schumacher splits out wide to the left side. Shotgun snap. They give it off to Aguayo. Over the left side, still picking his way through. And Aguayo gets it down to the 16-yard line.
Tackled by several Bulldogs.
Radzimski there on the tackle for the Gering Bulldogs. And a 1st and 10 for the Mitchell Tigers.
Yeah, really a great series for the Tigers here. They're using different plays, some different passing schemes to move the ball.
They come to the line of scrimmage on a 1st and 10. Once again, they'll split Schumacher wide to the right side. They go exclusively out of the gun. Thine will keep it this time, and he'll be brought down as he's tackled from behind. Tyler Garrett there on the tackle and getting up slow off the ground. Looks to be Maddox Janacek, but he's back on his feet.
Great great way to hold the edge there for Garrett on the edge. We've seen that play a couple times tonight, and Garrett wasn't fooled tonight, or on that play.
Thine picks up 1, 2nd down and 9 for the Mitchell Tigers. 10-10 left here in the first half, 14-6. Mitchell leads it. Schumacher wide to the left side. Shotgun, they'll give it off to Jackson Allen as he cuts it inside, and Allen knocked off his feet. Brady Radzimski makes the tackle. And as I said, Danny O'Boyle told me he wasn't going to see any action on the offensive side, or the defensive side, I should say. Makes a big stick there. And gain to the 11. And makes it 3rd down and 5.
3rd and short here. Definitely in field goal range for the Tigers, but this is a big stop for Gering.
Another 3rd down right here. Aguayo will be to the left as they bring Cale Peters in, and they'll give it to Aguayo on the Wildcat as Aguayo takes the direct snap. And Aguayo comes up short of the 5-yard line. Eli Thompson making the tackle. And a 4th down. 4th and 1. And Mitchell went to that Wildcat with Aguayo at quarterback late in the game against Ogallala, and they'll come out one more time. Placencio also in the backfield, but now Thine is back in at quarterback as he takes the snap. He'll take it right up the middle, pick up the 1st down for the Mitchell Tigers as Janacek there, along with Sam Rushlow on the tackle. 1st and goal to go for Mitchell from the Gering 4-yard line.
Yeah, great series from the Tigers here. Again, multi-dimensional in their run game. That quarterback sneak, I think, fooled everybody in the stands. They thought Aguayo would have that right up the middle.
In the Wildcat formation once again, Aguayo at the controls. Peters back there along with Placencio. As Aguayo takes the snap, he'll try it over the left side and
Aguayo with a nice run, hit first by Radzimski.
Knocked down short of the goal line. The gain down to the 2-yard line. 2nd down and goal to go for the Mitchell Tigers.
Great defensive play from Oswicious up front, getting off his man, shedding him off the left side, and getting in there and making the tackle. Only 2 yards to pay dirt here for the Tigers. Can Gering pinch down and get a stop?
Once again, the Wildcat formation. Aguayo takes the snap. He'll take it himself over the left side and into the end zone. Touchdown, Mitchell.
Another great drive from the Mitchell offense. There's no stopping them in this game so far. But how impressive are the Tigers here in this game? They really do what they do well, and they're efficient, and they're explosive.
So Aguayo out of the Wildcat formation takes it in from 2 yards out to make it 20-6 Mitchell, as Austin Thine on to attempt the point after.
Find out what convenient really means at the Western Travel Terminal. Start with our great selection of food and drinks, from for real milkshakes and fresh brewed coffee to snacks and hot food. Next, check out our beer and spirits with their everyday low prices. Finally, let us work for you with our full-service gas station and automatic truck and car wash. All this can be found at 822 South Beltline in Scottsbluff. Western Travel Terminal, your convenient shopping, restaurant, and full-service gas leader.
I've struggled with my weight since I was 13, but weight loss surgery changed my life. I've lost 120 pounds, 80 inches, and gained a whole new outlook on life.
Weight loss surgery may be the answer to your weight and health problems. Regional West offers the support of skilled surgeons and a dedicated bariatric team for your journey to a healthier you. Learn more about weight loss options at Regional West. It's time for a new you.
Interesting to see what Coach O'Boyle's game plan is here.
The Mitchell scoring drive, 11 plays, 60 yards, as Aguayo takes it in from 2 yards out. Gering now left to right here in this second quarter. I formation. Hunter Hayden is your quarterback. Gets the snap, gives off to Oswicious right up the middle. He'll be stacked up and pushed back for no gain as that big defensive front line for Mitchell of Coley along with Hessler and Knutson wrap him up. And they're going to give him maybe a gain to the 46-yard line. They'll give him forward progress. Second.
From Hayden leading him into the run. Another 3rd and long here for Gering. Are we in 4-down territory on the 50-yard line at this score? I think probably, but they really need a big chunk of it here on this play.
3rd down for Gering. Ball setting at the Gering 49-yard line. 2 wide receivers split to the right side. Backs on either side. Hayden, now he's going to roll to his right, getting some pressure, and he'll be knocked down. He'll be sacked. Garrett Hessler from his defensive end position brings down Hunter Hayden, and the loss all the way back to the Gering 40-yard line, and Gering will have to punt the ball away on 4th and 14.
Worst case scenario for the Bulldogs there, but how great, like we've talked earlier in this drive, is that defensive front from Mitchell really causing some trouble up there.
Austin Thine deep to receive the punt from Mason Goodrow. Nice snap back and a nice high kick by Goodrow. That'll hit at the 35, take a Gering bounce inside the 30, across the 25, and down to the 24-yard line, and that's where Mitchell will start. 1st and 10. 5:20 left here in the first half. 21-6. Mitchell on top.
How about Goodrow, a freshman out there taking over the punting duties and really holding Gering into this on that field position battle?
A couple of nice punts by Mason Goodrow have gotten the job done here tonight.
Absolutely, and how big is that, especially with an offense as explosive as the Tigers?
5 minutes, 20 seconds left here in the first half. A fast-moving first half here from Mitchell. Stay with us at halftime. We'll give you the halftime numbers, recap the scoring, and update you on scores from around area games. Shotgun snap on 1st down. Thine's going to keep it himself, finding running room right up the middle for Turner Ray. Knocks him down across the Mitchell 30 to the 33-yard line and puts Mitchell 2nd down and 1 with 5 minutes left in the first half.
Looks like a little confusion on the Gering defense there. Turner Ray was coming in and kind of got a running start at the play, but with that overran it, and time went right up the middle.
Schumacher wide to the left. They'll put Allen on the wing left side. Snap back, underhand toss to Aguayo. Around the left side, he'll be pushed out along the near sideline as he gets it down to the 40-yard line as Eli Thompson there pushing him out, but a 1st and 10 for the Mitchell Tigers. 4:35 left here in the first half. 21-6. Mitchell on top.
How methodical Mitchell's offense is, and especially how dangerous Aguayo is on the outside. Gering has to keep him contained.
1st and 10. Mitchell right to left. Allen on the wing. They'll give it to Aguayo over the right side, picking his way through, now breaks free and into Gering territory across the midfield stripe down to the Gering 46-yard line.
What a run by Aguayo. Looks like there was nothing doing there. Cut up and made about two shifts and got 16 yards on that run. He is truly a delight to watch.
Give some credit to his offensive line. Othaniel Banks, Luke Hessler, the left guard, the center, John Placencio on the right side, Nathan Coley and Brock Knutson.
Absolutely. It all starts up front.
1st and 10, Mitchell. On the double handoff, Allen. Allen cuts it up over the left side, and Allen will be tripped up as Brady Radzimski with another tackle, but not until Allen gets it down to the Gering 32-yard line.
What a cool play is that. The double handoff there, really hard as a linebacker to follow who has the ball. The whole play is flowing to the right, then all of a sudden the ball runs by it to the left.
Another Mitchell first down, 1st and 10 from the 32-yard line with 3:47 left here in the first half. 21-6, Mitchell leading Gering. And officials whistle stopping play. Just to give you an idea, so far this season, Rylan Aguayo, 155 carries coming into tonight's game, 1,325 yards, 13 touchdowns on the ground.
He's already got 15 carries for 91 yards tonight.
You're probably going to have to use a couple lines.
Yeah,
on
I'm going to have to make a new column over here. A new row, I guess.
Penalty sets the ball back to the 37-yard line and makes it 1st and 15 for the Mitchell Tigers. Mitchell moving right to left in the all-black uniforms here tonight. Snap back to Thine. The give to Aguayo. Avoids one tackle in her backfield. Now bounces it outside to the far sideline as Lance Isaac pushes him out of bounds. But so quick is Rylan Aguayo. He gets it to the Gering 30-yard line.
Yeah, what speed does Aguayo have there to bounce it out? And it looks like he was going to get tackled for a loss as he was moving backwards and then ended up getting 6-7 yards. He makes it look easy out there.
Picks up 7 on that one. 2nd down and 8 for the Mitchell Tigers. As they break the huddle, they come to the line of scrimmage. Ball set on the right hash mark. 2nd down. Snap back, Thine, play action, keeps himself looking for running room around the left side. He'll find it, and he'll run out of bounds. Across the, maybe back to the original line of scrimmage, and nice pursuit that time by the Gering defense.
Here we are, 3rd and long. We've talked about it all night. They need a stop. I don't know if with this offense, if they put another score on the board, that's going to be a big hole to climb out of.
See what Mitchell does here on a 3rd down and call it 8. Schumacher, and they split Aguayo out as they go trips to the right side. As Peters, the lone back in the backfield, Thine rolling to the right side, looking all day to throw, getting no pressure. Now he'll fire it complete, finds a receiver. We've got a flag down. And the completion to Jackson Allen. And the holding will be the call on Mitchell. And what a break for Gering right there as Austin Thine had all day to throw that ball.
Absolutely, and Mitchell has been running that route a couple times where they clear out the right side and then they put a trailer down into the flat wide open. An adjustment Gering will have to make at halftime.
That'll mark the ball back on the penalty all the way back to the 46-yard line. And a big 15-yard holding penalty on the Mitchell Tigers. Puts them in a 3rd down and forever, and this is the kind of play that the Gering defense needs to step up right here. 3rd down and 16, we'll call it. Jaron Anderson splits out. He's one of 2 wide receivers to the left, 2 to the right as Thine drops the throw, getting pressure. Zwickel giving him pressure, escapes, still looking, fires it downfield. He's got Schumacher, and Schumacher makes the catch. He may not have enough for the 1st down as the gain was all the way down to the inside the 25-yard line. Very close to 1st down yardage. And let's see, as they will move the chains, and it'll be 4th down and a yard.
4th and 1 Tigers. Nice play by the Tigers there.
The ball set down at the 23-yard line. 4th down and 1. Thine goes under center. He'll take it himself on the quarterback sneak.
This might be close.
And we'll see what the officials say. No indication yet.
He might be a little short.
And they will say it's a Mitchell first down. So after facing a 3rd and 15, Mitchell gets 14 of it. Then they get the first down on the quarterback sneak by Thine. Brings up a 1st down and 10 for Mitchell. 2:15 left. Trips to the right side for the Tigers. Out of the gun, now Aguayo in motion. They'll give it to him. Aguayo cuts it inside. He'll be stacked up as Jacob Oswicius and Trey Zwickel tie him up. The gain to the Gering 20-yard line. Picks up a couple, 2nd down and 8. As Garrett Hessler gets set to check in. The big tight end at 6'7", 240 pounds.
Gosh, I think Gering has had about 2 minutes of possession this entire game.
Schumacher to the left, Allen to the right. Snap, handoff Aguayo following his blockers, and he'll be brought down from behind after a short gain.
2 good defensive stops there from the Bulldogs front 7 to bring down Aguayo. Now another 3rd and long just on the outside of field goal range. Can Gering make a stop?
Swishers and Schlotthauer there on the tackle, and a timeout with 1:13 left here in the first half. We'll keep it right here with Mitchell on top. 21-6 is your score. So stay with us at halftime. We'll go over the first half numbers, recap the scoring, and update you on games around the area. And we have an update. The start of the 4th quarter, Scottsbluff leading Mitchell 10-6. And those Gering McCook, or check that, I got Gering on the brain. Scottsbluff McCook games, always hard hitting, but good, clean games between those two teams. A lot of respect between those two coaching staffs throughout the years as those two teams have met up in district championship games, which is what the case is here tonight, and also in the playoffs over many years.
Absolutely, two great programs, and how fun is it to go play a game at McCook? Boy, their home atmosphere is just unmatched in high school football.
We got to see what McCook was all about last week.
We sure did.
54-6, the final score there as McCook gets the win. 3rd down and 5. Ball set down at the Gering 17-yard line. The Wildcat formation once again. Aguayo at the controls, gets the snap, round the left side, picks up speed across 15, across the 10, steps out of a tackle, and Aguayo gets it down to the Gering 5-yard line as Brady Radzimski makes the tackle. And it'll be a first down. Jacob Oswicius there on the tackle. Jacob comes out of the pile with the ball. And officials stopping play and a timeout taken by Mitchell. How many tackles did he step out of or break there?
I got to say 3 or 4. That's one of the better runs I have ever seen in a high school game. What an athlete he is. They had him dead to rights, 15 yards in the backfield, and Aguayo made something out of absolutely nothing there.
The loss on the play back to the 10-yard line. 53 seconds left here in the first half, 21-6.
And you know what's really been impressive by the Mitchell offense is just the amount of time they've taken off the clock. I think Gering has had 6 or 7 plays offensively is all, and this defense, you could tell that front 7 for the Bulldogs are getting a little winded. They've been out there for an entire half.
Mitchell still around their head coach, Nick Cookshausen, as they will come to the line of scrimmage. Second down and goal to go. The ball set down at the 10-yard line.
Second and goal.
Austin Thine in at quarterback. To his right is Rylan Aguayo. Placencio in there. They'll give it to Aguayo. Finds running room, and Aguayo knocked down short of the goal line. Knocked down at the, we're going to call it the 3-yard line, as once again Brady Radzimski in there on the tackle for the Gering defense, and a third and goal to go. Ball at the Gering 2-yard line. Shotgun formation. Thine gets it. The give to Aguayo, breaks a tackle and takes it into the end zone, but we've got a flag on the play.
There is a penalty.
Holding is the call on Mitchell.
Mitchell on the right side.
So wipe that score off the board.
That's a big penalty. Now it's going to be 3rd and 13 to score with 17 seconds left. That's a big play for the Bulldogs.
They'll mark the penalty off and set the ball down at the 11-yard line.
Third and goal for Mitchell.
And put Mitchell in a 3rd and goal to go. Thine with the shotgun snap, drops the throw. Now rolling to the left side, getting pressure. Throws on the run, and the pass knocked away at the last minute. Intended there for Jackson Allen. Tyler Garrett on the defense for the Gering Bulldogs brings us up a 4th down with 8 seconds left to go here before halftime.
Great coverage by Garrett there, and great pressure presented by the defensive line from the Bulldogs. Really, that's the best defensive play I think we've seen all night from the Bulldogs.
And they're going to come on and attempt the extra point. Austin Thine will kick it. According to our stats, his first field goal of the season. The ball set down at the 20, a 30-yard attempt. The straight-on kick will be no good.
The kick is no good.
So Gering will take over. 1st and 10.
Nice stop for the Gering defense there. It's really the first stop we've seen all night. Now with 8 seconds left, can Gering throw a Hail Mary down the sideline and try to get something in? Gering does receive the second half kickoff.
So the ball will be at the 11-yard line is where Gering will take over with 8 seconds left. Checking in late, Jackson Schlotthauer comes into the Gering huddle. 1st and 10 for Gering. Turner Ray splits wide left, Gering left to right here in this second quarter. And they're going to adjust the clock and move it down to 4.8 seconds. As it was at 8.8, now they'll put it down to 4.8 as the 30-yard field goal by Austin Thine was no good. And a timeout on the field. We'll take it with them. 4 seconds left. 21-6. Mitchell leads it on the West Coast scoreboard.
Changing leaf colors means yard work. Your friends at Tri-City Stormwater wants to remind you of the proper way to dispose of fallen leaves. Leaves make great mulch for trees and bushes and compost for future gardens. The city also has yard waste bins, so they can dispose of all your leaves at the city compost facility. Always keep your leaves out of the gutters. Not only do they cause clogging and flooding, they can pollute our waterways by causing nutrient overload. So keep your yard looking good and your drinking water safe, because it's our water, our responsibility.
Caden Bonsack in at quarterback. This will be the final play of the first half. 4 seconds left. Backs on either side. Out of the shotgun. Bonsack gets it. Drops the throw. Looking long. He's got Brady Radzimski out there. And Radzimski turns into a defender as that pass came up just a little bit short. Castillo back there on the coverage. And that play will end the first half.
Great play by Radzimski there. There can't be pass interference after the ball was tipped, so great heads-up play by him. Just kill that play before it turns into anything crazy.
And just as you said, they could go for the Hail Mary. We saw it right there. But we're at halftime, and at halftime, it's Mitchell 21, Gering 6 on the West Coast scoreboard.
You may look forward to spending the seasons with family in your home, but not when these critters come knocking on your door. That's where Benzel Pest Control saves the day. Family owned since 1976, we provide prompt, professional, and efficient services to keep your home or business safe and secure all year round.
With 3 generations and more than 4 decades of service to the Nebraska Panhandle and Southeast Wyoming, Benzel Pest Control is the only name in all seasons pest defense.
When you call Gering Valley Plumbing and Heating, you will have options. Repair it, rebuild it, or update it. Whether your furnace stops working or your bathtub won't drain, Gering Valley Plumbing and Heating provides the services you need to be comfortable. Weekends, holidays, or late nights, we will be there. With over 30 years of service, our certified technicians and cutting-edge technology can keep your systems running at their peak efficiency. Gering Valley Plumbing and Heating, every time we enter your home, we leave it a better place to live.
Are you looking for the perfect place to hold a wedding, family reunion, holiday office party, or business meeting? Well, look no further. The Hampton Inn and Suites Hotel and Conference Center is just the place for you. We're a full-service banquet facility that can host up to 400 of your guests. Stop in and see our spacious open-concept meeting rooms and begin planning your special event or family gathering today. Let us do the work for you so you can enjoy your guests. For personal service, stop by the Hampton Inn and Suites front desk.
Hi, I'm Michelle Perkins of Remax Regency. After branching out, I've returned home to my roots, to the land from which I came and my family has held for 5 generations.
Michelle truly understands what home means and treats you like family as she guides you through the buying and selling process, bringing the latest pricing tools that are not currently being used in this area to sell your home at the highest price in the least amount of time, and to ensure that you do not overpay when buying.
So just give me a call, kick back, Remax, and settle down.
Alongside Adam Ostick, I'm Jeff Kelly from the Logos broadcast booth. 21-6, Mitchell leading Gering here at halftime. Let's recap the scoring as Mitchell got on the board first. They took the opening kickoff, and one play later, as Austin Thine hits Rylan Aguayo 70 yards in the score. The point after touchdown was good. That made it 7-0 Mitchell. Then Mitchell scored again with 4:04 left in the first quarter, as Jackson Allen with an 8-yard run. The point after by Austin Thine made it 14-0. Gering got on the board with 1:15 left in the first quarter. Brady Radzimski, a 15-yard touchdown run. And that capped for Gering a 5-play, 70-yard drive. The point after was no good. That made it 14-6 Mitchell at the end of the first quarter. Into the second quarter, the only score came from Mitchell with 7:40 left before the end of the first half. Rylan Aguayo with a 2-yard run. Austin Thine on the point after touchdown, and that makes it 21-6. That is your score at halftime. We'll take a break. We'll come back with the first half numbers from Mitchell, where your score at halftime.
Welcome to Kelly's, home of the Valley's best selection of wine, spirits, and beer. Whether you're brand loyal to the tried and true brew or really enjoy trying something different and new, Kelly's has something for everyone. Family owned and operated and right on your way on West 27th Street in Scottsbluff. Kelly's Liquor. If you can't find it at Kelly's, it's not worth drinking.
At TC and More in Scottsbluff, we believe it's the little things that make your house a home. Start with home decor. Brighten up any room in your house with flags, wall decorations, and custom art pieces. Next, brighten up your wardrobe with clothing and accessories like jewelry and purses from the Myra collection. And remember, seniors and military members receive an additional 10% discount. Visit our website, tcandmore.com, and like us on Facebook, TC and More, 1621 Broadway, beautiful downtown Scottsbluff.
Fourth quarter score, Gothenburg is beating Shatter and at Shatter 35-6.
Out 184 yards rushing and 137 yards passing. Like we said on the pregame, a lot of that offense has gone through Aguayo. He has 118 rushing yards so far and 70 receiving yards, and I think he set the record for earliest. I've had to make another column on my stat sheet. He has 21 attempts, and he is averaging, I didn't do the math that quick, but he has to be averaging 7-8 yards a carry. He is just fun to watch. For Gering, the numbers are rushing, there's 68 yards, and passing, there's only 3 yards. But like we were talking about earlier, Mitchell has done a great job controlling the clock, moving the ball, and Gering offense hasn't had a lot of attempts, a lot of time to do anything. Possessions, there we go, if I could talk. Hasn't had a lot of possession, so Gering really needs to get some longer drives going, get down the field to get that defense a break. And you know a lot of these guys play both ways, and just try to get some drives put together, so to keep that very potent Mitchell offense on the sideline. Because I tell you what, this is as good of offense as we've seen all year.
All right, let's take another break, and we'll come back, recap some scores from other games going on around the area. At halftime, it's Mitchell 21, Gering 6 on the West Coast scoreboard.
Fly United Airlines, operated by SkyWest with Western Nebraska Regional Airport. United is dedicated to going the extra mile for you with daily flights to and from Denver, along with a commitment to excellent service. Reserve your flight today, and remember, United miles can be earned and redeemed with your flights. While at the airport, stop and enjoy authentic Italian food at Roma Italian Restaurant. Plus, Hertz Thrifty Car Rental is there for your car rental needs. Make life easier, relax, and get on board with Western Nebraska Regional Airport.
At 21st Century Equipment, we're proud to introduce the new Build Your Own tool. Build the John Deere you've been wanting and see how affordable it really is. Visit 21stcenturyequipment.net to build your own compact utility tractor, mower, or gator. It's easy to add implements, attachments, and view financing options. Build the exact tractor for your needs at a price you can afford, all from the comfort and safety of home, with the new Build Your Own tool at 21stcenturyequipment.net.
Find out what convenient really means at the Western Travel Terminal. Start with our great selection of food and drinks, from for real milkshakes and fresh brewed coffee to snacks and hot food. Next, check out our beer and spirits with their everyday low prices. Finally, let us work for you with our full-service gas station and automatic truck and car wash. All this can be found at 822 South Beltline in Scottsbluff. Western Travel Terminal, your convenient shopping, restaurant, and full-service gas leader.
At Platte Valley Bank, we believe it shouldn't cost you money to access your money. That's why we offer free ATMs anytime, anywhere. Whether you are across town or traveling abroad, there won't be an added expense to access the funds in your Platte Valley Bank account. Free ATMs are just one of the great benefits of banking with us. Stop by to talk to one of our friendly associates to discuss what else Platte Valley Bank has to offer.
And welcome back here to Mitchell. 21-6, Mitchell leading Gering here at halftime. Some scores from other games around the area. In the fourth quarter, I should say, Gothenburg leading Shadron 35-6. In McCook, Scotts Bluff in the third quarter leading McCook 10-6. Elsewhere, it was in Wyoming, Pine Bluffs in the second quarter leading Lingle Fort Laramie 33-7. In 8-man action, Garden County and Layton scoreless. Hyannis and Morrill in 8-man action also scoreless. In Wyoming, Torrington leading Wheatland 10-0 is the score there in the first quarter. Banner County and Potter Dix are scoreless, as is Kimball and the Hemingford Bobcats. In the first quarter, no scorer between Alliance and Lexington, and one other Wyoming score in the first quarter. Burns and Newcastle is scoreless. Ogallala and Sydney, that game is scoreless, as is Creek Valley and South Platte. A few scores maybe not getting updated here tonight. Let's take our final break. We'll come back with the second half action. 21-6, Mitchell leads Gering on the West Coast scoreboard.
At Elite Physical Therapy, we provide preventative and rehabilitative treatments that maximize function and promote well-being for patients of all ages. With 2 locations in Scottsbluff and Gering, we offer the convenience of you choosing your location with the same great services no matter where you go. Stop into one of our locations today, in Scottsbluff at 214 West 27th Street or in Gering at 10th and M Street, and see what Elite Physical Therapy can do for you. Treatment you need and care you deserve.
Box Butte General Hospital continues our mission to lead and innovate in healthcare delivery and community wellness. But this isn't just a hospital. This is home to exceptional patient care. This is the greatest place to work, receive care, and practice medicine. This is innovation in action. This is community wellness. This is where specialty clinics fit your needs. This is where a friendly smile, a warm hand, and an empathetic ear exist to care for you. We are Box Butte General Hospital. This is us. Great things are happening here since 1976.
Home buying is filled with decisions. Neighborhood, floor plan, fenced yard. Make one choice that's easy. Start with FNBO first. We'll guide you home. Home buying is filled with decisions. Square feet, fixer-upper, room to grow. Make one choice that's easy. Start with FNBO first. We'll guide you home.
Welcome to Kelly's, home of the Valley's best selection of wine, spirits, and beer. Whether you're brand loyal to the tried and true brew or really enjoy trying something different and new, Kelly's has something for everyone. Family owned and operated and right on your way on West 27th Street in Scotts Bluff. Kelly's Liquor. If you can't find it at Kelly's, it's not worth drinking.
Back in Mitchell as halftime just coming to an end. Both teams a little bit late coming back out on the field, so they put some extra time back on the clock. An update on the McCook Scotts Bluff score with 3:42 left in the game. McCook leading Scotts Bluff 13-10. So as usual, a barn burner head knocker down in McCook, Nebraska between these two Class B powers.
Yeah, absolutely. 2 programs that really their pedigree speaks for themselves. Great to see them in a really competitive game down there, and that really shapes how the playoff picture in this district will look.
That game on right now on 106.9 The Trail, and we're with you here tonight on 93.3 KMOR, KMORFM.com, and coming to you tonight on KNEB.TV on Allo Channel 15, Mobius Channel 1500 here tonight. As our broadcast position outside this evening, but I think we caught a little bit of a break. No win, and it's Been a nice evening so far. The temperature right now, 57 degrees.
Yeah, beautiful night for football, and what a great facility they have down here, down the road in Mitchell. The field looks in great shape, and I kind of like standing out here. You're right. You're right in the middle of the action.
Gering will get the kickoff to start the second half, and Gering needs to get something going on the offensive end of the scoreboard. They did have one scoring drive, a 5-play, 70-yard drive that ended with a Brady Radzimski touchdown run, and Brady back in the Gering starting lineup after going out 2 weeks ago with a shoulder injury that he suffered in the Alliance game. So Brady Radzimski making his presence felt on the offensive and the defensive side. As I said in the first half, talking to head coach Danny O'Boyle this week, he said Brady's going to be back, but we're probably not going to see him on the defensive side. We've called his name a few times on the defensive side for Gering as he's been in to make a couple of big tackles.
I think that shows you the respect that Gering has for the Mitchell offense. Brady's an incredible athlete and really is the guy that this offense and defense runs through. So it's good to see him out there. Hopefully he can stay healthy, and we're sure going to miss him next year.
Played the majority of the season at quarterback before he went out with the shoulder injury, but back in there tonight at a running back position. The clock winds down, and we're going to get things underway here. Second half action as Santiago Castillo will kick it off. And deep for the Gering Bulldogs is Tyler Garrett. It's a ball set down at the 40-yard line. Gering will go from left to right here in this third quarter. As Castillo ready, the whistle sounds. And an end-over-end kick. This will be taken. He'll take on a bounce by Garrett at the 16-yard line to the 20, and he'll be wrapped up and knocked down. Jackson Allen back on the tackle for the Mitchell Tigers.
Great kickoff there from Mitchell. Put it down in the corner. I think Garrett thought that was going to go out of bounds, but ended up checking up, and great kickoff coverage.
It'll be 1st and 10 for Gering at their own 20-yard line. Hunter Hayden in at quarterback. They'll go out of the gun. Brady Radzimski to the left of Hunter Hayden. Out of the shotgun, gets a snap, rolls left, now getting some pressure. He'll fire in the flat, leaping to make the catch. Check that is Tyler Garrett. Well, we've got a flag on the play.
This could be roughing the passer. Looks like Hayden took a hit pretty late there.
And it will be a personal foul, roughing the quarterback, the call on the Mitchell Tigers.
Should be 15 yards added on to the end of the catch there.
And a nice snap, or I should say a nice play by Gering to start this second half. And that'll move the ball all the way out to the 36-yard line. And a 1st down and 10 for Gering. 11:43 in the third quarter. 21-6. Turner Ray, Tyler Garrett, along with Carmelo Timlin, split out wide to the right side. Shotgun snap, rolling to the right side as Hayden fires the pass, and the pass complete to Carmelo Timlin.
Carmelo Timlin hit hard by Rylan Aguayo, number 2.
Rylan Aguayo on the tackle that time, and the gain to the 40-yard line.
Great play there by Hayden, getting the ball out with some pressure in his face. But how about Radzimski standing up there and pass pro and really stopping that defensive end from ending that play.
Gain of 5, 2nd down and 5. 2 wide receivers split to each side for Gering. Radzimski in the backfield alongside Hunter Hayden. Snap. Hayden rolling to the left side, fires on the run. Pass complete to Lance Isaacs, and Isaacs pushed out of bounds right at the marker. And we'll see where they mark it. It looks like it's right at the marker.
Little different offensive look from Gering. Came out throwing this drive after halftime. You wonder if you want to try to get Radzimski involved in the run game or even in the pass game.
Picks up 1st down yardage. 1st and 10 Gering. 10:26 left third quarter. 21 6. Mitchell leads it once again. 2 wide receivers split to each side for Gering. Hayden gets the shotgun snap, drops the throw, pump fake, now looks long down the near sideline, and the pass comes up just a little bit short. Intended for Lance Isaacs back there. And on the coverage, Jackson Allen for the Mitchell Tigers. They bring up a 2nd down and 10.
Nice route there by Isaacs. He did have his man beat, just a touch underthrown, but he did a good job turning it into a defender, coming back and preventing the interception.
2nd down for Gering as Hayden comes from the Gering sideline in with the play. Gering once again, double wide each side. Radzimski, the lone back in the backfield with Hunter Hayden. The snap, Hayden drops the throw, looks over the middle and overthrows his intended receiver, Tyler Garrett.
Mitchell had great coverage there, nowhere to go. Little overthrow by Hayden there. Trouble with 2 passing plays in a drive is now you have a 3rd and long.
And it will be 3rd down and 10. 10:01 left 3rd quarter, 21-6. Mitchell leads it. Gering breaks huddle, comes to the line of scrimmage. Trips right. 1 to the left. Hayden with the snap, now rolling to the right. Rolling, fires on the run, and the pass in and out of the hand. Or check that, Timblin makes the catch. And a nice job by Carmelo Timblin. And the gain to the Mitchell 48-yard line as Aguayo makes the tackle, but it'll have Gering in a 4th down and 4.
Great coverage from Mitchell there. Timlin just made an incredible catch there, but Mitchell's been all over that route all night.
Gering looks like they're going to go for it on a 4th down and 4 with 9:27 left in the 3rd quarter, 21-6. Mitchell on top, double wide each side. Gering may go no play to try and draw Mitchell offside, but the shotgun snap comes back. Hayden fires it and intended for Turner Ray, and the pass goes incomplete. Gering turns it over on downs to Mitchell here with 9:10 left in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, it looks like Hayden and Garrett were just not on the same page there. Tough, but at least you got some movement down, flip the field a little bit. Now it's time for the defense to step up. I think we're going to see a big dose of Aguayo.
1st and 10 for Mitchell at the Gering 48-yard line. Austin Tyne in at quarterback. Out of the gun, they'll toss it to Aguayo around the right side, finds running room, breaks the tackle, down the far sideline at the 30, 20, 10, 5, touchdown, Rylan Aguayo. 52 yards and the touchdown, and Mitchell goes on top 27-6. And as they started this game on their first play on the offensive side, Aguayo takes it 70 yards. Here in the second half, their first play from scrimmage, Aguayo goes 52 yards and the score.
Great run there by Aguayo, made about 4 people miss and then just scampered down the sideline.
Point after by Thine is up and good. 8:56 left 3rd quarter, 28-6. Mitchell leads it on the West Coast scoreboard.
At TC and More in Scottsbluff, we believe it's the little things that make your house a home. Start with home decor. Brighten up any room in your house with flags, wall decorations, and custom art pieces. Next, brighten up your wardrobe with clothing and accessories like jewelry and purses from the Myra collection. And remember, seniors and military members receive an additional 10% discount. Visit our website, tcandmore.com, and like us on Facebook, TC and More, 1621 Broadway, beautiful downtown Scottsbluff.
Plant seeds of safety around irrigation equipment. Here are some potential hazards. Avoid moving irrigation equipment on windy days. Never try to remove an irrigation pipe that is contacting a power line. Keep spray from irrigation systems away from power lines. Make sure wiring is always grounded properly. Stay away from irrigation systems during lightning activity. We should always promote safety in all fields of endeavor. This message is brought to you by Chimney Rock Public Power, your touchstone energy partner, the power of human connections.
Kick picked up by Tyler Garrett at the 25, and a nice return by Tyler Garrett across the Gering 45 to the 47-yard line, and that's where Gering will start with 8 minutes and 50 seconds left here in the third quarter. A final from McCook. McCook defeating Scotts Bluff 13-10.
Wow, big game for the district there. I'm sure that was quite the game.
And, of course, Gering and Scotts Bluff will meet up next Friday night in Scotts Bluff. First down and 10 for Gering. Double wide to the left. I formation behind Hunter Hayden. They'll give it off to Oswicious, and Jacob will be stacked up for no gain as that front four of Mitchell in there on the tackle. Led that time by Othaniel Banks.
Well, those front four up there all night have just been on point. Fun to watch them play. Big kids with a lot of drive.
They're going to give him a pickup of 1, second down and 9. Out of the shotgun, backs on either side of Hunter Hayden with 2 wide receivers to the left. Snap back, they fired into the flat. They find Turner Ray along that far sideline, and Turner Ray gets it into Mitchell territory to the Mitchell 45-yard line.
Nice play design there from the Bulldogs. Turner Ray had a lot of room to run over on that side. He did the turf monster, come up and jumped up and grabbed him, but a nice play design, and that might be there for a little later in the game.
Put Gering in a nice third down and 3 here, trailing 28-6 in the third quarter. 2 wide receivers now split to the right side. Hayden under center with under the I formation. They'll toss it to Brady Radzimski, and Brady tries to cut it up and finds a brick wall right there as he's knocked down Nathan Coley there, providing the defense. Loss of a couple and a fourth down for the Gering Bulldogs.
Boy, Coley came out of just like a rocket, came in there almost out of nowhere and made an incredible play there on a very good running back in Radzimski. Big play for the offense here. You got to get the ball down the field and keep this drive going.
Gering on a fourth down and 5. They went for it on their last offensive possession on fourth down. Out of the gun, backs on either side. Hayden fires it into the flat. Turner Ray, and Ray will be knocked down short of first down yardage.
Same play as they ran earlier in that drive.
Jackson Allen coming up to make the tackle to prevent the first down. And Gering will turn it over on downs for the second time in this third quarter.
Yeah, Jackson was not fooled that time. Made a great tackle with a blocker on his side.
Mitchell will take over first down and 10 at their own 46-yard line as they move right to left here in this third quarter. They lead it 28-6. Schumacher splitting out wide to the left side. Mitchell right to left in this third quarter. The wing right side is Allen. He goes in motion. They'll give it off to Aguayo. And Ryland gets it down to the 49-yard line. He'll pick up 3. Second down and 7 for Mitchell. How many carries is that for Aguayo to this point?
That is 23.
23 carries. As we said against Ogallala last week, he had 296 yards on the ground alone, 411 yards of total offense. Second down and 6. Shotgun formation. Aguayo, they fake it to him. They give it off to Jackson Allen. And Allen brought down from behind as the flag comes in late. Jackson Allen tackled at the Gering 45-yard line. And we'll see what the flag, it goes against Mitchell, holding once again on the Mitchell Tigers. So that'll march Mitchell back. That'll put Mitchell back in their own territory as the ball will be marked down at the 44-yard line.
And like you said before tonight, that Mitchell O-line deserves a lot of credit. They've really played a really pretty clean game, and huge success.
Mitchell looking at a 2nd down and 12. Empty out the backfield, 5 wide in the formation. Tyne gets the shotgun snap, takes it himself into Gering territory, 45-40 down the near sideline, 30, and he runs out of bounds as he gets it down to the Gering 26-yard line. Big run by the quarterback, Austin Tyne, and a 1st down for Mitchell. 5.5 minutes left, 3rd quarter, 28-6, Mitchell on top.
Great play design there. A wrinkle we haven't seen from Mitchell tonight, empty backfield and just a quarterback draw. Mitchell's bread and butter, work the ball down the field and take a lot of time doing it.
1st and 10, Mitchell on the wing. Now Allen goes in motion. He gets a handoff coming from right to left.
Jackson Allen.
And he's knocked down there as Mount on the tackle for Gering. But a gain down to the 23-yard line, and the 2nd down and 7 for the Mitchell Tigers. Big 1st down run by Austin Tyne on a 3rd down play, 3rd down and 12. The give to Aguayo, and he'll be wrapped up this time. No gain. Coming in to make the tackle for Gering that time, Lopez Ruiz.
That's the first negative, the 2nd negative play for pressure on him, but great athletes make great plays, and that's what we saw there.
3:53 left, 3rd quarter, 28-6 Mitchell. They're driving with the ball set down at the Gering 15-yard line. Mitchell moving right to left. Out of the gun, low snap, Tyne has it, gets some pressure, now he breaks through, it's got some running room, and he'll be tripped up by Brady Radzimski that time as he gets it down to the 10-yard line. It's 2nd down and 4. And checking the ball inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. As Mitchell breaks the huddle, they come to the line of scrimmage. Shotgun formation, Aguayo to the left of Tyne. Snap, Tyne just going to take it himself around the left side, now pitch it to Aguayo late, and Aguayo into the end zone. Touchdown, Mitchell.
Great option play there by Mitchell. Tyne took it to the last second and made an incredible pitch to Aguayo, who made an incredible run on in the end zone.
2nd time that we've seen him run that option play tonight. That time it goes for 10 yards and the score. And for Aguayo, his 4th touchdown tonight. Austin Tyne in to add the point after. Straight on kick. That goes off to the right, and it's no good. 2:53 left, 3rd quarter, 34-6 Mitchell on the West Coast scoreboard.
At 21st Century Equipment, we're proud to introduce the new Build Your Own tool. Build the John Deere you've been wanting and see how affordable it really is. Visit 21stcenturyequipment.net to build your own compact utility tractor, mower, or gator. It's easy to add implements, attachments, and view financing options. Build the exact tractor for your needs at a price you can afford, all from the comfort and safety of home, with the new Build Your Own tool at 21stcenturyequipment.net.
Hydrozen. Unplug and recharge. What is Hydrozen? It's total body relaxation. It's total body recharge. It's floating weightless on water. Floating your aches, pains, stresses, and worries away. Hydrozen is a revolutionary new therapy using Epsom salt saturated water as a way to relax and rejuvenate your body. And it's now available in Scottsbluff. It is for most ages and has many benefits to the mind and body. Visit hydrozenfloat.com or call us at 308-63-FLOAT.
High end over end kick that'll hit at the 10-yard line will be picked up by Tyler Garrett.
Tyler Garrett picks the ball up
as they throw the marker down.
Great kick there from Mitchell. They've been doing that directional kick all game. This time they went to the right, and Garrett had a long way to go to get to that ball.
And put Gering in horrible field position at their own 9-yard line with 2 minutes and 51 seconds left in the third quarter. Gering trailing Mitchell 34-6. It was a 6-play, 54-yard drive by the Mitchell Tigers. I formation for the Bulldogs. The turn, play action. Hunter Hayden fires complete, finds his tight end, Sam Rushalow. And the gain out across the 15 to the, call it the 17-yard line. Castillo there on the tackle for the Mitchell Tigers.
Accurate pass there from Hayden, rolling out to his right and threw a strike to the tight end in some traffic.
Picks up 8 yards, 2nd down and 2 for Gering. Carmelo Timblin wide to the left side. Garrett to the right. Under center is Hayden. Gets the snap, gives it off. Brady Radzimski finds running room, and Brady across the 25, close to the 30-yard line.
Took out the ref in the process.
The gain to the 29-yard line. And Brady Radzimski picks up first down yardage for Gering with 2:06 left in the third quarter. Gering down 34-6 here.
Nice rush by Radzimski there, trying to get back to their base offense. Really need to put some points on the board.
Hunter Hayden brings in the play from the far sideline. 1st and 10 for Gering. Timblin splits out wide to the left side along with Tyler Garrett. Offset I behind Hayden. Gets the snap, gives it off Brady Radzimski, and Radzimski breaking a tackle and spins out to the 35-yard line.
Here, Radzimski's had some success up the middle and on the outside. That's his 8th rush for 50 yards tonight. So starting to see a little life out of the Bulldog offense.
Hessler and Nathan Coley.
Boy, Coley made a tough play in the middle there, squared him up with a blocker on his right hip and made a nice tackle.
Gain out to the 38-yard line, 3rd and 1 as we count it down. 39 seconds left in the third quarter, and Hayden's going to take it on the 3rd and 1, and a ball looks like it's loose, and it is loose. A Gering fumble recovered by the Mitchell Tigers. Recovering that fumble, Luke Hessler for Mitchell, and a 4th down and 1. Gering with their first turnover of the game. They drop it on the ground, and Mitchell will take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line. 30 seconds left here in the third quarter.
Killer of a turnover there. Like we said at pregame, Gering had to play a really perfect game to stay in step for step with the Tigers, and that's just unfortunate timing.
1st and 10, Mitchell moving right to left at the Gering 35-yard line. 2 wide receivers. Now motion by Aguayo. They'll give it to him on the end around to the left side of the 30, 25, steps out of a tackle to 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown Mitchell. Rylan Aguayo, his 5th touchdown of the night. Mitchell on top, 40-6 with the point after to come.
What a great run there by Aguayo, down the sideline, tiptoed to stay in, and hey, we've been calling his name all night.
As we said, he came in tonight's game with 1,325 yards.
He's going to add some to that tonight.
The straight-on kick by Tyne, this time through the uprights. And with 19 seconds left in the third quarter, 41-6 Mitchell on the West Coast scoreboard.
I think he stepped out.
And the line drive kick taken by Lance Isaacs. Isaacs across the 20, 25, 30, and he's ripped out of bounds as he gets it across the Gering 30, close to the 35-yard line. They're going to mark it down at the 34-yard line, and that's where Gering will take over when we start the fourth quarter. At the end of 3, 41-6, Mitch.
This chair is way too big. It's perfect for us. This one's tiny. That's 'cause it's mine. Hey, this chair is just right. This bed is way too hard. It's perfect for me. This bed is way too soft. Just what I needed. This bed is just right. So come on over to Leave Heads.
New season and new fashion is in at Compliments for you and your home. Check out what's new from Tribal and Charlie B. From light layers for warm days and cool nights to reversibles that are a must-have for the season. Compliments has the style for you. With great looks come great deals. Compliments always has weekly deals to bring more style into your life. Get ahead of the trends and get the new shapes, shades, and colors this season at Compliments for you and your home. 1708 Broadway, downtown Scottsbluff.
Broadcast booth. Logos is your home for all your screen printing and embroidery needs. Shop the showroom or have something custom made at Logos, 1344 10th Street in Gering. Coming tonight on 93.3 KMOR, KMORFM.com, and on KNEB.TV. First and 10, Gering from their own 34 as Caden Bonsack comes in at quarterback for Gering. Play action, rolling to the right side, fires it at the feet of Jacob Oswicius that time. And we're at a 35-point advantage for Mitchell, so we will have a running clock here in the fourth quarter. Saw Caden Bonsack come in last week against McCook, and late in the game lead Gering down to their only score, so we'll see what he can do here in tonight's game. Isaacs and Garrett split out wide to the right side, Timlin to the left. High formation behind. Leap to bring it down. Break to the 42-yard line.
Field.
And about 3, 4
left in the game. One as Aguayo takes it in after a under center, gets a snap to toss. And luckily for Gering, Lance Isaacs got back on that ball for the Gering Bulldogs. That'll bring up a fourth down for the Gering Bulldogs, but a loss back to the Gering 38-yard line, and now Mason Goodrow will come in to punt it away. Castillo deep for Mitchell. High snap. Goodrow pulls it down. He'll get the kick off. End over end kick. And it'll bounce and go out of bounds at the 41-yard line. And that's where Mitchell will take over. First and 10 with 9:39 left in the game and a running clock. Mitchell on top, 41-6.
Great punt there by Isaacs. Had some distress on the snap, but made a good play. Got the ball down. I mean, again, how impressive is Mitchell tonight? They've dominated this game on every facet. And, watch out, C1. This Mitchell Tiger team is very good.
Mitchell not in the ratings this week by the Omaha World Herald. They come to the line of scrimmage, and a new quarterback in the game, Carter Reisick. He will have it 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, give off to Cale Peters. And Peters stacked up as Eli Thompson in there along with Carmelo Timblin. And 2nd down and 8. 18 left in the game, 41-6. 5 touchdowns tonight by Mitchell's Rylan Aguayo. Performance by him, what did you say, 200? 2nd down on the inside. Revert up.
Looks like a fumble on the
and ball. Trey Zwickle making the fumble and the first turnover on the night by the business. 1st and 10 in Mitchell. With 8 minutes and 29 seconds left in the game. So both teams trading fumbles. Gering fumbled it away on their last possession, and Mitchell gives it right back to Gering. 1st and 10, Timblin.
Out in some open field, which we haven't seen a ton this year. Nice run, nice block by the O-line.
1st down and 10 for Gering. 7:37 left in the contest, 41-6. Mitchell, I formation. Bonsack, handoff once again. Thompson tries to cut it inside, and he'll be knocked down right at the line of scrimmage as Seth Wilfred making the tackle. Some second teamers in there for the Mitchell Tigers. And a loss on the play of 1. The ball set down at the 25-yard line on 2nd down and 11 as we near the 7-minute mark in this one.
The Mitchell Fire Department and our Mitchell paramedic crew over in the northeast part of the
Taylor Mick checks into the Gering lineup. He'll be in at a tackle position for Gering. Pick up some of the other players that have checked in on the offensive side for Gering. They fired into the flat, find Tyler Garrett, and Garrett is wrapped up and pushed back and pushed out of bounds as Rylan Aguayo there, along with Nathan Coley.
Coley and Aguayo with the tackle.
Keenan Allen checking into the Gering offensive lineup at a fullback position. Loss on the play back to the 27-yard line, and Gering looking at a 3rd down and 12 right here. Running clock, 6:11 left in the game, 41-6. And Mitchell on top. Double wide each side. Out of the shotgun for Caden Bonsack. Snap, drops to throw, looks long, into the end zone, nobody there. Intended receiver that time, Carmelo Timblin. Santiago Castillo back on the tackle for Mitchell, and a 4th down now and 12 for Gering.
Wow, that was a good-looking ball coming out of his hand. He threw it a long ways. That play's called switch, where the 2 wide receivers switch and run up the field. Nothing was quite there, but a good pass from Bonsack.
4th down for Gering. Bonsack comes in from the far sideline with the play. And Gering will try to convert on this 4th down. Trips left. 1 wide receiver to the right. Bonsack calls out his starting count with Eli Thompson on his left. Low snap. Bonsack gets it. Fires once again long into the end zone. Lance Isaac makes the catch. at the 6-yard line. Call it the 5-yard line, as Hadley Markowski back on the coverage, but a nice gain and a nice catch by Lance Isaacs, and it'll put the ball down at the Mitchell 5-yard line. First down and goal to go for Gering with 4:36 left in the game.
What an incredible route by Isaacs there. Fought back towards the ball and really had some great coverage on him there. So what a great play. Great play.
Gering will go trips right, one wide receiver to the left. Out of the gun on first down and goal to go. Snap back, Bonsack, he's going to run it himself, and he'll be stacked up, knocked down. And coming in to make the tackle in that time, Garrett Hessler, Brock Knutson combining. And a loss on the play back to the 8-yard line.
Wow, just a wall from the Tiger defensive front there. Nowhere to go for Bonsack. We've talked about them all night. They've really played a great game.
Gering looking at a second down and goal to go from their own 8-yard line. 3:42 left in the game. Allen in at fullback for the Bulldogs. Bonsack goes under center. Give it off Eli Thompson. Avoids one tackle in the backfield. Stays on his feet. As Garrett Hessler in there very quickly, and Thompson had to avoid him. And no gain on the play. And the ball down at the 8-yard line. And a third down and goal to go as we near the 3-minute mark here in the fourth quarter. 41-6, Mitchell on top.
Another great stop by the wall up front. Those guys have been active all night. Nowhere for Thompson to go. Gering really needs to put one on the score here, and I think that'd take off the running clock.
Third down, goal to go, I formation. Bonsack gets the snap. Play action, rolling to the right side. Rolling, fires into the end zone. That pass is intercepted. Pass intercepted. Cale Peters on the interception for the Mitchell Tigers. And another turnover by Gering. Gives the ball back to Mitchell with 2 minutes and 20 seconds left in the game. And Mitchell will take over.
Credit to the Mitchell secondary then. They had everything covered. It was a 2-man route with a rollout to Bonsack's right. Nowhere for it to go. And at this stage of the game, trying to work a ball in there, try to make something happen, and it just didn't quite work out.
Mitchell with the ball at their own 16-yard line, 1st and 10. Carter Rise again at quarterback. He'll await the shotgun snap. Cale Peters to his right. Claps his hands. Ball comes back to give to Peters over the right side. And Peters with running room across the 25 to the 26-yard line. He'll pick up 9 of the 10 yards they needed, and Mitchell looking at a second down and 1 with 1:22 left in the game.
Nice run there by Peters. Good, tough run, and a nice hole opened up by the Tiger defense. Offensive line.
They look at it again. They're going to give first down yardage to Mitchell on the run by Cale Peters. First down and 10. 1 minute left in the game. 1st and 10 for Mitchell as they work left to right. On the wing. As Rising awaits the snap, Allen in motion, has to wait for the ball, now has it around the right side, and Allen with a flag comes in. Allen to the Gering 34-yard line. And we'll see what this flag's about right here. Holding will be the call on the Mitchell Tigers. Third holding call on Mitchell tonight. So mark it back as we have 39 seconds left in the game. That'll put Mitchell in a second down. And let's call it about 15 yards. As Rising will go under center in the victory formation. And Mitchell will go to 7-1 on the season. Gering will drop to 0-8 on the year. Reisig takes a couple steps back. And that will be the final play of the game. And your final score, Mitchell 41, Gering 6. Gering goes to 0-7 on the year, or check that 0-8 on the year, as Mitchell goes to 7-1. Once again, your final score, Mitchell.
At Renewal by Andersen, it's about our people. We're a family-owned local company with the best windows, patio doors, and installation teams anywhere. But before our customers ever get to installation, they speak with our advisors in the office. We're so proud of our people. They're very experienced, organized, and at Renewal by Andersen, we know that our customers' time is so valuable. We assure you signature service from the first phone call to the installation day. Renewal by Andersen, a local family company. It's about our people.
Hey, I've been hanging out here a long time outside of Panhandle Auto Group, and boy, do they have a great selection of vehicles.
And their sales team is great to work with, and you can also get your vehicle serviced and detailed too.
Welcome to Panhandle Auto. This is Sam Serta, General Sales Manager. It's been our pleasure to serve you for the past 2 years. At Panhandle Auto, we have a seat for everybody. Whether you need a vehicle for yourself, a son, or daughter, our team will go above and beyond to satisfy your needs and even your dreams. So again, thank you from Sam Serta, General Sales Manager at Panhandle Auto, for allowing us to earn your business. At Panhandle Auto,
it's time for something different.
Logos in Gering is the place to get all of your school spirit gear, personalized gifts, and promotional items for your business and employees, and banners for any special event. Logos is also the only place to stop for custom screen printing or embroidery. You can even design it yourself on their interactive website. Stop into Logos today. They'll design it, print it, and have it to you in no time. There's no job too big or small for Logos. That's Logos in Gering.
The Verizon family is full of frowns because they're spending too much for their unlimited data and phones, while the Viero family is all smiles because they're getting 4 lines of unlimited data with 2 free Apple iPhone SE for mom and dad and 2 free LG K31 smartphones for the kids, all for just $100 a month. They're saving so much, they're able to get Fido. Find out how you can too at Viero.com or your nearest Viero store. Viero Wireless, keeping you connected.
At Elite Physical Therapy, we provide preventative and rehabilitative treatments that maximize function and promote well-being for patients of all ages. With 2 locations in Scottsbluff and Gering, we offer the convenience of you choosing your location with the same great services no matter where you go. Stop into one of our locations today, in Scottsbluff at 214 West 27th Street or in Gering at 10th and M Street, and see what Elite Physical Therapy can do for you. Treatment you need and care you deserve.
Who is Hydrotex? Hydrotex manufactures and distributes over 300 different high-performance lubricants, including fuel conditioners, hydraulic and transmission fluid, and more. We've been helping customers improve their operations for more than 80 years with products made in the USA. We sell directly to customers and can even deliver right to your door to offer excellent service and value. Our products are made to exceedingly extend drain and grease intervals to reduce maintenance and labor costs to improve the budget. Whether you're in a factory, farm fleet, or like to go fast, Hydrotex is here to help. Visit your local Hydrotex dealer in person or online today.
(41-6) your final score here tonight from Mitchell High School. Gering drops to 0-8 on the year. They will be on the road to take on Scottsbluff next week. And for the Mitchell Tigers, they go to 7-1 on the year, and they will take on Sydney next week. Mitchell started things off very quickly after the opening kickoff. Their first play from scrimmage with 11:41 left in the first quarter. A pass from Austin Tyne to Rylan Aguayo 70 yards, and the score. The point after touchdown was good, 7-0 Mitchell. Mitchell made it 14-0 with 4:24 left in the first quarter as Jackson Allen with an 8-yard run. Point after was good, 14-0. Gering got on the board with 1 minute 15 left in the first quarter. Brady Radzimski, a 15-yard touchdown run. Point after was missed, 14-6 Mitchell. That was your score at the end of the first quarter. Mitchell got on the board with 7:40 left before the end of the first half. Rylan Aguayo, a 2-yard touchdown run. Point after was good, 21-6. Mitchell led it, and that was the score at halftime. Into the third quarter with 8:56 left. Rylan Aguayo once again a 52-yard run. Point after makes it 28-6. Then with 2:53 left in the third quarter, Rylan Aguayo strikes again a 10-yard touchdown run. Point after by Austin Tyne was missed, 34-6 Mitchell at the end of 3. Mitchell added one more score. Once again, Rylan Aguayo, 35 yards for the score. Point after touchdown was good, 41-6. Mitchell defeats Gering here tonight as Gering goes to 0-8 on the season. We'll come back, look at the final numbers, hear from Mitchell. But once again, your final score, Mitchell 41, Gering 6 on the West Coast scoreboard.
Fly United Airlines, operated by SkyWest with Western Nebraska Regional Airport. United is dedicated to going the extra mile for you with daily flights to and from Denver, along with a commitment to excellent service. Reserve your flight today, and remember, United miles can be earned and redeemed with your flights. While at the airport, stop and enjoy authentic Italian food at Roma Italian Restaurant. Plus, Hertz Thrifty Car Rental is there for your car rental needs. Make life easier, relax, and get on board with Western Nebraska Regional Airport.
Connectivity is important. Connectivity allows us to stay productive, but that's only one kind of connectivity. There are others, more important ways to stay connected. Connected to the simple things. The ability to spend that most precious of resources, time, with the people who are most important. Take the time. Take the time for dreams. Take the time to care. Take care of the important connections. We'll take care of the connectivity.
And welcome back to Mitchell. 41-6, Mitchell defeats Gering. And this is the Runza postgame show. Runza doesn't like to think of themselves as just another restaurant in town. They like to think of themselves as part of the community. Runza with locations in Scottsbluff and Gering. 41-6, your final score, and let's get the final numbers from Adam.
Yeah, starting out with Gering on the rushing side, they had 101 yards and 75 yards passing for 176 total yards. Radzimski led the Bulldogs with rushing with 53 yards. Oswicius had 33 yards, so that was a nice outing for him, and Thompson had 15 yards. As far as passing, Hayden had 48 yards and really had a nice night at quarterback, I thought. Really didn't make any big mistakes and really came out and played a good game. Bonsack had 27 yards of his own. Receiving wise, Isaacs had 35 yards, and that's the best we've seen him play all year. Really made some nice catches and made some nice moves after the ball. For Mitchell, Mitchell tonight had 500 total yards.
Wow.
330 yards rushing and 170 yards passing. Aguayo had 214 yards rushing and 70 yards receiving on one catch, the first play of the game. Some other individual numbers for Mitchell. Passing, Tyne had 170 yards. He also had 76 yards rushing. Allen had 30 yards rushing. And as far as catching, Aguayo, like we said, had the 70 yards on the first play of the game. Schumacher had 23, Allen had 23, and Hessler had 13. So really an impressive night for Mitchell offensively. They can attack you so many different ways, and they didn't even need to throw the ball. They controlled the time of possession. They controlled the game. It was really an impressive game from the Mitchell Tigers tonight.
Very impressive, and 5 touchdowns by Rylan Aguayo, 285 yards on the ground, plus another 70 on the touchdown pass, so over 300 yards total offense for him tonight. As we said last week against Ogallala, he went for over 400 yards in total offense. We'll come back on the Runza postgame show as your final score, Mitchell 41, Gering 6 on the West Coast scoreboard.
At Platte Valley Bank, we believe it shouldn't cost you money to access your money. That's why we offer free ATMs anytime, anywhere. Whether you are across town or traveling abroad, there won't be an added expense to access the funds in your Platte Valley Bank account. Free ATMs are just one of the great benefits of banking with us. Stop by to talk to one of our friendly associates to discuss what else Platte Valley Bank has to offer.
Going to be our player of the game.
Isaac's had a good game.
Yeah.
Radzimski, you could give it to Hayden. It's up to you.
Yeah. What was he?
He was
We'll give it to Lance Isaacs.
There you go.
That sounds good. Here comes Danny. Danny, you can stay right there. You don't. And back on the Runs of Post-Game Show, head coach Danny O'Boyle joins us. This one got out of hand very early. This was a tough one to watch tonight.
Yeah, we thought our game plan coming in to try and stop their offense was pretty solid, and seemed early on, we were in the right position a lot of times. Our lack of tackling hurt us bad tonight. And credit Ohio, he's an excellent running back, and he's got enough strength and balance, and he breaks one tackle and then he's got speed to run away from you, and that's what killed us tonight. Their wingback, number 16, he was a good player, had a couple big runs for him. Quarterback played well, and they were consistent all night, and we were not.
They probably didn't do anything tonight that really surprised you. I mean, Rylan Aguayo, 5 touchdowns, over 280 yards on the ground, and like you said, the tackling was not where you needed it to be, and not only on Rylan, but a lot of those touchdown runs, they were stepping out of tackles, breaking through tackles, people missing tackles that they may have been able to pull people down for losses. You talked about that all season. You talked about it after the game last week. Is it something that you drill and drill and drill and it just doesn't translate over into the game?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely, and that's exactly what we told these guys after the game. I said, you could come watch us practice all week and then come watch us play on a Friday night, and it's two different teams. And I understand we're playing against ourselves in practice, but half the time by watching us on a Friday night, you would think that we took the week off and didn't practice all week. I mean, it's just little things that's not clicking. Arm tackling and leaving our feet and putting our head down. Just simple stuff that we can control, and we've been preaching it to our guys for 6, 7, 8 weeks now, and it's very frustrating to not see the synapse happening for these guys. We got some guys that are doing some things really well for us, but when you don't have a unit of 11 guys that can work together and that can execute together, then it's very hard to have success on a football field.
When we spoke earlier this week, you said Brady was going to be back. I thought he did a great job on the offensive side. You said he's probably not going to be on the defensive side, and he's out there making some big hits tonight with that shoulder.
Yeah, we he definitely provided a spark for us on offense, and he's a great player too, and he plays as hard as he can every single snap, and we didn't want to keep him, or we didn't want to have him out there on defense. We had a big let up in the secondary, first play from scrimmage from them, and he's a guy that's not going to let that happen, and so we put him out there at safety, and he's just playing center field out there, and he's always around the football, but again, that's because he just works extremely hard, and he's not content with not getting the job done. He's one of the guys that we'll really miss having around next year, and not only because of what he does on the field, but just the person that he is. He's a great kid, and to see him grow up and become what he has, it's really cool, and just super proud of him.
8 weeks into the season, you're looking at 0-8 right now. Scotts Bluff next week. That game's always just a crosstown rivalry. And I guess, if you want to say it, if you can't get up for that game, you can't get up for anything.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a huge week coming for us, and yeah, like you said, if we can't get excited for this next week, then we're playing for the wrong reasons. And it's a very, very good opponent that we're playing. They've been on the nice little run lately, and it's going to take everything we have. But we told these guys, you got absolutely nothing to lose. I mean, nothing to lose. So you come with your hair on fire this week to practice, and it's got to be JV game Monday, practice Tuesday, practice Wednesday, freshman game Thursday, and then varsity on Friday. We need to see these guys just, pedal to the floor and no looking back. And that's what we're going to have to do to stick with Scottsbluff on Friday night this upcoming week.
All right. Well, tough loss tonight, but once again, some positive things to take away. But once again, some of the same things continue to pop up. So appreciate you stopping by, and we'll talk to you again next week.
Thank you.
All right. As Danny O'Boyle joins us here on the Runs of Post Game Show.
For the past 44 years, Platte Valley Vacuum and Sewing has been serving the Wyobraska area. That's quite a long time. At Platte Valley Vac and Sew, you'll find quality sewing machines, quilting and embroidery machines, even sergers, from name brands such as Pfaff and Baby Lock, both known for their well-made machinery. Keep in mind you'll receive one-on-one lessons with your machine purchase. Platte Valley Vac and Sew also offers a fine selection of 100% cotton quilting fabrics and a great selection of threads and notions to assist you in most any quilting or embroidery project you might have. For all your sewing machine quilting needs, stop by Platte Valley Vac and Sew, downtown Scottsbluff.
Exceptional care, right here at home. That's the mission of Morrill County Community Hospital. Morrill County Community Hospital is a 20-bed critical access hospital that owns and operates clinics throughout Bridgeport, including specialty outreach clinics and Morrill County Home Health Clinic, as well as Chimney Rock Medical Center, located in Bayard. Our dedicated team is committed to you and our community every time at Morrill County Community Hospital, Bridgeport, Nebraska.
Gering goes to 0-8 on the year.
The second half, something very similar happened, and hats off to Mitchell here. They have a great team. Mitchell's for real. They have some talent, and they're huge up front, and their defense really impressed me tonight as well. But for Gering, kind of the same old story. Got to break this mold, got to break out of it, and you got a Scottsbluff team next week. That's a very good team. The schedule has not been an easy one, and everyone knew that coming in. But like we talked earlier, there's a lot of positives out there. Radzimski, I thought, played really well, and with him at running back, you really have some opportunity to get some stuff going on the outside and even up the middle.
And it's going to be a tall order for Gering next week. Scottsbluff, a 13-10 loser to McCook tonight. So they will have Gering at home next Friday night. And for us, this is our last Gering broadcast, as Chris Cottrell will be at the controls next Friday night in Scottsbluff. So, Adam, I'd like to thank you for your help all season. I think this was a lot of fun this year.
This sure was. I sure appreciate this opportunity, and thank you. It was awesome calling with you, and it was sure a fun season. And hey, I learned something every week. Hopefully I got better as the year went on.
It definitely went well, and we were glad you were alongside this entire season. As a former Gering Bulldog, I'm sure the results are not what you wanted to see, but we really appreciate your help this season.
Absolutely. Well, and as a former player, you sure see this, and sometimes those games are tough as they get to the end, but I tell you what, this place is headed in the right direction. There's some great kids out there, and we have some great coaches that are really this won't be forever.
No, it won't be. From everybody you talk to, they say that Danny's got this one pointed in the right direction. So, for the final time this season, I'd like to thank Adam for his help. I'd like to thank our KNEB.TV crew, Chad alongside, TJ also here. And so from Mitchell High School, I'm Jeff Kelly. Good evening, everyone.
An '87 Harley sells gasoline.